réseaux sont passés.
Quebec City's John Lesage International Airport. We're here going on an Air Canada Rouge Airbus A319 over to Toronto. So let's head into the terminal and get checked in.
Run like this. That's okay.
Alright everybody, so the reason I'm joining you from the hotel, we just got word that our flight was delayed an hour and a half from Quebec City to Toronto due to a technical issue with Air Canada Rouge. Hopefully it stays that way and it doesn't get canceled, but there's not been one single on-time flight for this exact flight, so there's really not a lot of hope here. As I'm standing here in the middle of the hotel lobby, I'm proud to announce we're delayed until 9:15. So I have some good news. Our flight was changed. It's not 10:15 anymore. It's now 8:45, so about 1 hour and a half. Fingers crossed, hopefully it works. Let's head up to the gate 31 today. Right up here is our flight, Air Canada flight 1957 to Toronto. Things change very quickly. It's now 10:45, we're leaving. I mean, it's not that bad. This airport's pretty nice, clean. So hopefully there's something to do. Security is right up the escalator. Today we're boarding at gate 31. As you can see, it's very early. Our flight was supposed to leave at 7:10, but it was delayed until 10:45 p.m., so it's tragic. But it's weird about it. You can see the information, Air Canada flight 1957. It's Air Canada Rouge, it just says regular Air Canada, in the event they have to change the plane. This airport's a ghost town. I might as well go to sleep and wake up tomorrow morning. Our plane probably wouldn't have left yet. Now let me get something straight. There has been no hope for an on-time flight from Quebec City to Toronto on flight 1957 for a very long time. As you can see, the on-time performance is 0% because they have all been delayed hours and hours and or canceled. And they will tell you not long before your flight, which is very bad. This place is very quiet now, but our flight's supposed to be full. When all the other passengers get here, this place will erupt. This delay is insane. Our plane today is an Air Canada Rouge Airbus A319, registration Charlie Golf Bravo India Juliet. It's 24 years old with serial number 00829. one good thing about Jean Lesage Airport in Quebec City, if your flight is delayed or canceled and you have a young kid, come to the playground. It's about time. Our flight is now appearing on the screen. Air Canada Flight 1957 to Toronto Pearson International Airport. Our plane just landed in Toronto. Now it has to come here. This delay is absolutely insane and uncalled for, but what can you do about it? What would you do if you were in a delay like this? Let me know in the comments. Alrighty, departure time changed, 10:49. Alrighty, so this is actually getting absurd, insane. I'm really getting tired of this. We were delayed until 11:35 now. Our plane hasn't even left Toronto yet. It should have left 6 hours ago, but it was delayed. It's now supposed to leave at 9:36. It's 9:30. We'll see how that turns out. Alright, I have some good news. Luckily, the flight did take off from Toronto. It should be landing here in around 1 hour and a half. Then hopefully we'll be on our way to Toronto. If we leave, we most likely will, just very late, possibly midnight. It says 11:30 right now, but that could change. Fingers crossed. As you can see, there are now Air Canada Rouge employees at the ticket counter. It's about time. As you can see right out there, our plane has finally arrived from Toronto about 2 hours later, after a 6-hour delay. Alright, we're boarding for Toronto. It's about time.
I'm Sean Elston. I'm the captain. This is
my name's Martin Brazillo. I'm with Air Canada Rouge as well. I've been flying here for about a year now. I think so.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've been here for 6 years.
6 years.
With Rouge for 6 years.
Yeah. Captain for about a year.
That's great. Did you ever fly the 767?
No, I didn't.
No. Not myself. Prior to Rouge, I was flying the Embraer 190 for Air Canada Mainline.
Okay.
And then before that, I was working for WestJet Encore, flying the Dash 8 Q400 out of Calgary.
That's great. Yeah, that's an interesting plane. I like to see that a lot on Flight Radar.
Yeah.
So what's our flight route for today?
Well, there's not a whole lot. It's just pretty straight. Here we are, straight through the green stuff. Pretty much a straight line right to Toronto.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what's our cruising altitude going to be?
34,000 feet.
34,000.
Yeah. A couple of bumps here and there, but nothing bad.
Nice.
Yeah.
How's the weather in Toronto?
It's better than here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Foggy and stuff here, it's not great.
Yeah.
So, but we got it.
Lucky you, we've got a MEL here, so we'll be doing a cross bleed start, so you can hear that in or what it sounds like in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be
You'll
interesting.
hear a loud whining noise with the air cart pumping in to assist us with the engine start.
Nice.
Yeah.
So are we gonna have to do de-icing and all that?
Not today.
Okay, great.
Nope. Save some time.
All right, and that's it.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank
we
you,
gotta
guys.
get back to
We
work.
appreciate you coming up and you know.
Thank you for letting me up. This was great.
Hope you have a great flight.
I really like going to the flight deck, so thank you.
thanks.
Have a good flight,
We didn't
guys.
get your name.
Oh, Jacob.
Jacob?
Jacob.
Nice to meet you,
Yeah.
Jacob.
Nice to meet you.
Very good.
Sean.
Nice to meet you.
All right, man.
We'll see you
have
in
a good
Toronto.
flight.
All right, see you guys.
Later.
Thank you. Our seat today is 14F. In our seat today, we have an adjustable headrest. Nice red seatbelt for Rouge. Also a tray table, nice and sturdy. And a seat back pocket with a safety card, a menu for the Air Canada in-flight services, and our window. As you can see, it's very rainy and stuff. Not great weather here in Quebec today.
All the big items, like suitcases, in the overhead bins to leave the place under the signal front of you for the small items such as back.
As you can see, the leg room is a bit tight. I'm 5'3", so it's not that great, but all in all, it's a pretty comfortable plane. Hopefully the weather's gonna clear up in a minute.
Welcome you aboard Rouge Flight 1957, service to Toronto. We apologize for the late departure this evening. Unfortunately, there was a couple other delays with the about aircraft, which caused us to be significantly delayed today. But we're here now. We're all boarded up. We just have to work on getting the cargo secure, and then we'll be on our way for an hour and 20-minute flight. That's about an hour and 47 minutes from gate to gate. Once again, thank you for your patience. And at this time, I'd like to sit back, relax, and enjoy the service.
Boarding complete. Please secure the cabin.
Already? Check out the exciting news features and benefits enjoyed today on Canada.com. My name is Ellie, and today I have the pleasure of working with Chad and Amy. We also have our Captain Sean and our First Officer Martin on the flight deck.
We're good.
Nous avons terminé l'embarquement, nous allons bientôt décoller. Bienvenue à bord d'Air Canada. Je remercie tout particulièrement aux membres d'Aéroplan pour leur aide. Si vous n'êtes pas déjà membre, renseignez-vous sur les nouvelles fonctionnalités, nouveaux privilèges formidables et adhérez dès aujourd'hui à aircanada.com. Je m'appelle Ellie. Aujourd'hui, j'ai le plaisir de travailler avec Chad et Amy. Nous avons aussi notre capitaine Sean et notre premier officier Martin qui sont dans le poste de pilotage. Please make sure your seat back and tray tables are in the upright position and your seatbelt is fastened.
Right now we're having our engine start at the gate.
Cabin crew, prepare doors for departure and cross check.
Right now we're at 14,600 feet south of St. Raymond, Canada. Right after takeoff, flight attendants came through the cabin giving out free bags of pretzels. I must admit, these were some good pretzels. rapid and very bad turbulence. Despite all this insanity, flight attendants are still doing beverage service. We've just reached our cruising altitude of 34,000 feet, but as you can see, there is nothing to see out of the window. It's very cloudy. Alrighty, we're now beginning our initial descent to Toronto. We should be landing in 30 minutes.
Il y a 2 portes à l'avant, 2 hublots de secours et 2 portes à l'arrière. Veuillez encore une fois prendre quelques instants pour repérer les tuyaux plus près de vous.
Right now, we are nearing Lake Ontario. We should be landing in Toronto very soon. It's now time for the Travel Man Rates, Flight Edition. The factors for this are simple. We'll be rating the seat, the food, the in-flight entertainment, and the service. First, the seat. I'm 5'3", and the legroom is very tight. The seats were also very narrow and extremely crammed on this A319. There were about 30 rows, which is pretty unusual for an aircraft of this type. So therefore, I'm giving the seat a 3 out of a possible 5 stars. Next, the food. On this flight, there were limited options, which is understandable because it was only 1.5 hours long from Quebec to Toronto. But darn, those pretzels were good. Some of the best I've ever had, but Dots still holds #1 for me. There were also a lot of drink options, and of course, I had my favorite, club soda with cranberry juice, or in Air Canada's case, orange juice. Especially after midnight, we were so lucky to get even any snacks, because it was really late and all passengers were sleeping. I was probably the only one awake, but I love aviation, so it's a win-win for me. So I'm going to give the food a 4 out of a possible 5 stars. Next, the in-flight entertainment. Unfortunately, on Air Canada Rouge, there have never been any IFE screens on any of their aircraft, including their former long-haul Boeing 767s, which went across the Atlantic Ocean. On this flight, there were no screens, but there was Wi-Fi, so to be fair, I'm giving them a 2 out of a possible 5 stars. Finally, the service. Before I begin, I'd like to say one thing. Air Canada Rouge, I am sorry. At the beginning of the video, I may have been rude about the delay, which is understandable because we got out 5 hours late, and it was a bit tough for all the passengers there. But once I boarded the aircraft, I encountered the best service I've ever had on any airline or flight. 5 out of 5 for sure. So with all that said, this leaves Air Canada Rouge's service on their Airbus A319 from Quebec City to Toronto with a 14 out of a possible 20 stars. Great job, Air Canada.
Welcome to Toronto. The local time is 1:17 a.m. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the sign has been turned off. Please remain seated. Please refrain from smoking. You may not use your cell phone. If anyone needs help during the planing, we're happy to help. Please be careful when opening the overhead cabins as items may have shifted during the flight. Before the planning, we encourage you to take a moment to ensure you have all your personal belongings with you. This includes cell phones and other electronic devices. On behalf of the entire Rouge Good and Air Canada Vacation, thank you for choosing to fly with us.
Welcome to Toronto.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye, thank you.
Thanks. Bye. Thank you. Take care.
About time. Welcome to Toronto. It is almost 2 o'clock in the morning. We're here at gate D55, headed out to the city of Toronto right now. Our plane will be headed over to Tampa next. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Bye guys.